Hey gamers. Hey gamers, hold on. I didn't turn my light on. There it goes. There's the game. It's beautiful and sunny outside, and it's been a fucking absolute struggle to get any work done today. But I finally sat down and was like, I have to do some writing on my next essay video. And this one's been a real conundrum. It's been a real struggle. But I finally sat down and started writing, and then when I looked up, it was 2:04, and it was past time for me to start a stream. So I was like, shit. But I got some work done, maybe. I'm running into this issue. I run into this issue a lot, actually, with videos where in order to talk most fully about the thing I want to talk about, I have to give a lot of background information. And I feel like that's just like a danger of doing like high-level academic style essays where it's like, let me tell you this 8 background things so I can tell you this one thing that is the thing I actually want to tell you about. I can also see that I'm dropping a lot of frames. It's extraordinarily windy out, so I'm wondering if there's not some issues happening with that. I don't know. I'm all over the place. How y'all doing? Hey, everybody. Did I get water? Yeah, I put water near my bench. All right. We're good. All right. Yeah, I'm glad the audience is catching people up. I'm a little jittery, but okay. Okay. It's most of the monks and the nuns left after the thing burned down. I don't remember where we ended last stream, which is where I'm getting caught up because I want to tell people where we're at, but I'm like, I don't know. When did we? How far? Where? Because did Andreas die in the last stream? Did that happen on Sunday? Hard to say. Hella frame drops. Damn. Damn. Even the internet's snapping today. Okay, so we ended Act 2 last stream on Sunday. We started Act 3, and we're playing the daughter of the printmaker. So we're now a master printmaker, and we got a background based on the book that we gave her, which was fucking incredible. It made me tear up, and then later when I was thinking about this game after I was done playing, it made me tear up again. We took the character traits. Let's see what character traits we took. Is this me? No. Yes, here we are. We're an empiricist, so we're well read on plants and animals, and that's because of the book that we gave her. So good. We're a tinkerer, so we tinker with the press and type, and help out with that inventor guy. We have the Barb's trait, which, as you can see, is a little porcupine. It's extremely adorable. And we're a polyglot, so we can't really speak any foreign languages, but we can read a ton. Because we're just a little big old nerd. Just a big old nerd. We love books, we love print, and we love sassing people. So that's the character we're playing. Yes, sweet little Ursula survived. We met a son of Mousefanger. Mousefanger, she still lives, and she had a little baby Mousefanger. So adorable. Oh yeah, the miller and the miller's son. No, the Elsie, the miller's wife. The miller's dead. That's important. The miller's dead. And Elsie and Paul are fine. They're just fine. They're living their best lives. And that's delightful. Is it a slow news day? Has there been stuff happening? I've been writing and also taking walks in the park because it's so nice out. Fortunately, it's going to hit like 80 degrees today, which is not ideal for an April, but that's fine. The Roth cellar is all built. I don't know how long after Act 2 this is, but since the gap between the first and second one was 7 years, I'm going to assume about 7 years this time as well, but we'll see. Probably gonna have tornadoes again. Oh no. We actually get quite a lot of tornadoes here. Not 16 of them. That's pretty wild. But we did have a tornado touchdown recently. And it's collapsed. There was a heavy metal band playing and it collapsed and I think somebody passed away, so it's not ideal. Oh, hey, Klaus. Good to see you, but you've forgotten my mural sketches. I sure did. They're sitting on my workbench at home. Yeah. Whoops. I forgot I was supposed to grab some stuff. I would not trade your tornadoes for my tornadoes. That's how I feel about that. I know, Toby Winter, isn't it? Isn't that pretty intense? Oh, hey. Baldur, who's your friend? Hi. Okay. Magdalena! Yes? The cinnamon I added to the beer is perfect. You're making beer? Well, yes. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Oh. Huh. It's for the Christmas celebration. Hell yeah, my dude. Oh, I suppose you don't have much time left. Quite right. It's been at least a decade and a half. Oates was a bean in part 1 and now he's a whole man. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. He was literally just a little nugget. He was a little nugget in a little pouch when we last saw him. And now he is a big, tall, strapping lad. Boob window. I mean, yeah, 100%. That is what we're seeing here. The wheel of time stops for new man, but it's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. Damn. Jesu Cristo. I think this is Italian? Maybe a dialect of Italian? Acciadanaru face tutti. I think my character... Oh, okay, yeah, my character speaks Italian, so that must be Italian. Jesus Christ, he who has the money can do everything. Problem? Of course not, it's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. And for all of Naziu's complaints about the cost, the base rye we're using is free. Really? Yes! The farmers had so much rye this year, they couldn't use it all. Hell yeah. Gret made up as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out. So why not make beer? Hell yeah. I wish you the best luck with it. Thank you. Face tutti. Yeah. Our character speaks... Oh. How are your inventions coming, Baltus? Oh, very well, thank you. I was just showing Nazio how our rat house clock works on one of my smaller prototypes. It is a fascinating process, truly. I'd never considered that one man could make something so complex by himself. Ooh. Well, I do like the sassy option. Oh, these are all really good options. I always lean towards the one that I get special because of my traits. Because they're special. And that feels like I should lean into them. But I also want to sass this guy. Because anybody who has a boob window like that, you know they're in for some sass. I'd love to create something so intricate one day. Maybe a new kind of printing press. And what kind of printing press would that be, pray tell? Ooh, automatically sorted type. Maybe something with automatically sorted type. That would make the process faster. Haha, you may be onto something there, Magda. Can you imagine automatic type? Truly an ingenious idea if one could ever make it happen. The ideas are still fuzzy, but I think I can make it work. Someday. Detective Hoops, that is a complicated series of apostrophes that you have conducted. Well, I should look forward to your debut, mistress. Damn right you will. In the meantime, shall we be getting back to work, Baltus? Oh yes, of course. Please excuse me, Magdalena. We're rather busy at the moment. Until then. Ciao. Hey, Milo. We're crushing it. I saw the creative director of this game on Twitter was talking about how Stoltz, the doctor, is supposed to be Andreas's sort of alternate path, his grim alternate version of himself, where he didn't go and pursue art, he stayed in school and became a doctor and was just a real asshole the whole time, which I think is pretty funny. All right, let's go. I guess this is the best way. Drucker, this is my house, right? No, I'm gonna sleep. No wonder I loathe Stoltz. Oh, there it is. It was here the whole time and I just missed it. Rock House mural sketches. I think this was what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans? Oh, fuck. For fuck's sake. Stop. Who is it? Who is doing this? I'm so fucking infuriated. How? I mean, nobody has died yet, but somebody's definitely gonna die, right? Like, it's just like, we're in the third act of this game. The rule of threes dictates that somebody's gonna fucking beef it. I hope it's not Baltus or his weird hot friend. What an odd color. We don't have an ink like this here. At least, I don't think we do. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright, better get over to the rat house. Purple ink would have been extremely expensive in the 1500s. I mean, purple was then and still is sort of like a royal color for that exact reason, right? Hey, Apollo. You missed Apollo asking for a book on frogs. We didn't have a book to give him, but I'm really sad about that. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. Oh, look, it's Thomas's Big George. There's Stoltz. This lad is familiar, but I don't remember. These are I think the farm lads. Did the puppet boy make it? Isoplot, I see no reason to suggest why he doesn't. I hope he shows back up. I can't wait to figure out what the adult version of his voice is going to sound like. These murals should depict the truth, what we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Oh yeah, it's Paul. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. Mechtel, no. We have no reason. We're pretty certain he escaped. We told him not to come. We told him to leave. But we failed to persuade him, so he was there at the climactic final battle of Act 2. So we'll see. I don't know. Aw, you think it's Father Thomas? I think he's a sweetheart. Father Thomas really grew on me. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened. Are they making a mural of the end of Act 2? Because that would be fucking intense. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed. Well, talking has failed. I'm done arguing with him. I'll see you at home for supper. Oh, so I have to argue with him now? That's okay. I took the barb trait. let me get in there. All right, Magdalena, we don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we'd upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it did us. He hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalena, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view. Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has strong, very strong opinions about the history of Tassing, of Kirsau Abbey, of Kirsau... very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Kiersau Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think, George? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room. Oh, come on. Come on, George. But I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto? Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make the Lord angry. Our Lord angry. None of us do. But maybe there's a way to tell this story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone. Oh, I doubt it. Oh, I doubt it. So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene? Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory. Ah! Oh, it's gonna be so hard for me to resist sassing everyone nonstop. And ooh, I am gonna sass him though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's happening. I can't stop myself. And to think the council's meant to be the best of Tassing. Magdalene! Such speech is entirely uncalled for. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalena. Your father will listen to you. Alright, I won't promise anything though. He's already hard enough to convince. Now I'm going back home. This mess has already taken up too much of my day. We've got a new fancy clock. It's based on the clock in the Rathaus. Wow, a lot of the day just passed. That's so cool. Magdalena! Thank you for bringing the drawings to the Rathaus. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Oh, look how angry he is. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. Then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day and we never get any closer to a decision. No more sexting. That's so true. Really a step backwards. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Ha! I love this one. Just paint it. Dad, I'm worried about you. I know. I appreciate the concern. I suppose I haven't been this upset about something in a while. I'll get through it. I just need time. Why is it bothering you so much? Are you going to tell me about Andreas? And what a flirtatious shithead he was? We heard all of these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, it's been 18 whole damn ass years. We lived through something, you and I, everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. Oh, we never got to learn the baby's name. The baby's an adult woman now. Fucking stressful. I wonder if we'll get to meet them. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't be able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. Who? Who else? Who others? Tell me who others. And we lived. Oh no, undead Adamus! Oh no, that's such a shame. Are you doing okay? Everybody's sick. Is it because it's April? Everybody's getting out in the world? Commingling. Swapping spit with the flowers. Dad, everyone says it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we'll never know. Is that what this is about, this mural? It was a chance to put something down in a place where everyone could see. If people start to forget, this will remind them. We were here. This happened. If I don't do it, who will? If I don't do it, who will? Yeah, you're right, Dad. I wish the men at Rat House saw me the way that you do. One way or another, you'll figure it out. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. All right, I'm going to stay up a bit and write a letter to Esther. Yes! Pen pals! Good. Please say hello to her from me. And her parents. I know, Dad. Can't stay. Oh, that's fine. A medieval archaeologist and medieval literature scholar. Fucking incredible. From the same region as Andreas. So many times you've wanted to chime in. Well, I'm sorry to miss your chiming, and I'm sorry that you're behind, but hopefully you can come and make a live one and teach us some stuff. It's been very, very fascinating. Everybody's expertise being brought to the chat. I think it's like the pop-up video version of a video game, which it fucking rules, in my opinion. I've started scheduling out the episodes from this on my VOD channel because this run is going long. And it's going longer than normal, so I'm just starting uploading them. So if they start to cycle off of Twitch, because I think they're only up on Twitch for like 3 weeks or something. Anyway, they're gonna be up on YouTube. That's the long and short of it. You love my video essays? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying so, and hello. Ex-beef babe. Weren't you planning on doing a different game genre in April? I was gonna do horror streams. I'm still intending to. Yeah, I still plan on it. Basically, whenever we're done with Pentiment, I think we're gonna do a Blender art stream where we come up with some fun little medieval bestiary creators. I also want to do a stream of that fighting game that has a crossover this one. Inkelnati, I think it is. And then it's going to be Resident Evil, the remake of Resident Evil 4. Actually, I'll have to double check on that because I'm like I said, I'm recording a podcast with some people. And it's about the remake. And so I really have to have that remake finished by the time we record that podcast. So I'll have to double check on that because maybe I won't stream that. Maybe I'll have to do that in my off hours. We'll see. We'll see how long this game takes. Well, good night, Papa. Sleep tight, Papa. Goodbye, Papa. All this running around has left me tired, too. It'd be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. Can I go and talk to more people, though? Okay. Play a game for fun. I know, it's dramatic. Hey, Oats. Hi. Nobody wants to hang out? Hi, Christina, you little baby. I'm gonna get you a book, baby. This I promise to you. Hey, Ursula. Hey, Fabian. Oh, if you missed it last stream, these two, if you remember, Matilda and Voslav, were the monk and the nun who had been caught fucking out in the woods. And it seems like they just kind of live here now, hopefully together. That's my ideal. They are in love. I think they are in love. I think they are in love. I think they're together. And I think that's pretty great. Oh, damn. I don't think I look at the map for the abbey. Oof. Okay. I don't know if I've met Andreas's wife. Is Andreas's wife one of those ladies? There might not be. It feels like there should be more people I should talk to, but there's also no mystery yet, so I think I'm just going to go write a letter. I'm really happy for Matilda and Voslav. She's the one near the exit. I'm so happy for it. I mean, this is the sad thing, is like, that's important to me, but Magdalene doesn't care. But I, Andreas, am really invested in that romance, and I'm sad. I'm sad I don't get to follow up on that. I should write to Esther. Yeah. Hey girl, what's up? Hope you've been well. Autumn has reached us here in Tassing at last. I've spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude, who is still alive and still very shapely. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. Imperial City. The city's mint made it a hub for German and Italian bankers and merchants, and its university became a gathering place for many Reformation thinkers. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. That's cool. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Cool. Gold stars 100%. I'm the ghost of Andreas. I'm haunting every single one of these interactions. And I'm whispering in Magdalena's ear, ask about the romance. Hey, have you considered flirting? And she ignores me every time. Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new Rathaus to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. I don't think I want to stay in Tassing forever. It's a quaint place to grow up, but I'm 20 now. I think I want to take over the print shop. Oh, this is tricky. This feels like an important decision. I think I'm going to lean towards taking over the print shop. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. The print shop has been in my family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. Of course, Dad will keep running it until he can't pull the levers anymore, but I'll take over sooner or later. Oh, hell yeah! If I inherit the shop, I won't have to get married either. Christ, you would not believe how annoying Oates is. Oh, yeah? I think his mom is under the impression he's been courting me. Can you imagine? And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come visit you in Prague, I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rathaus mural, so I've taken over in the workshop. I'm sure it'll be a sight to behold once it's finished. Write me back soon. All my love. Magda. Oh, Toby Winter. I'm going to assume we're lesbians until the game tells me otherwise, and even then, I'm just going to assume we're bisexual. Yeah. I'm going to take over my shop. I'm never going to get married. Esther's going to come live with me, and we're just going to be roommates for the rest of our lives. I should get some rest soon. Yeah, let's go to sleep. Again, there's not yet a mystery to be solved. Kind of nervous about my dad. Alright. You're not even going to tuck your feet under that quilt? Come on. Everyone, including Oates, is under the impression that Oates is courting you. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Dad? Dad? Magdalene. Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Oh my god! No! No! This poor fucking family. Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll go get Dr. Stoltz. I'll try to go get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me. The wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. Magdalene, be careful. I will. I'll be right back, I promise. Oh, no! No, Papa Claus! Stealth section. Yeah, what if they did just drop in like an Ocarina of Time style hedge maze? Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? Oh god, he's still alive. Thank god. Okay. No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Probably not. That's probably not it. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on. Come on, Big George. Come on, George. Thank you, Oates. You saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. A burglar in Tassing? That's preposterous. Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No, of course not. No. As I thought. Thankfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury, Magdalene. You'll need to help take care of your father. I will. Whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. Klaus, don't sit up. No, it has to be done. It's too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea. No. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What? Mags, quit joking around. I'm gonna do it. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? No, I'm not. Ha! It's funny to take a jab at Oates. I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? I mean, it's not that you're not good enough, Mags. It's just... painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we're having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What is that supposed to mean? Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. You'd be up on the scaffolding and could fall. You dummies. You fucking dumb shits. Are you not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad knows what it takes. Do you? I can do it, Dad. If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you. Yeah, Pops, that's the fucking right. If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. All right, I say we let her. Wow, thanks. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. Thanks, Dad. All right, Magdalena, you can do it. Yeah. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, all right? Fine, but I'm taking my dad's ideas into account. Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Magdalena. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, George. When I was in... Oh, Magdalena, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. What are you saying? Magdalena, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Can't we... Hey, Maria. No, there has to be something you can do. No, I'm not a surgeon. Can we take him to see one? No, he can't be moved in his condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. So he's just going to die? And there's nothing I can do about it? You can make him comfortable, and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm getting teary-eyed, y'all. Uh-oh, I'm getting sad. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. but I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months or God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the abbey and Tassing's saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting a revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kirsau had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. Illuminata? My love? I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Oh, Dirk Pitt says, something I haven't seen anyone bring up yet is that all the townsfolk and peasants have last names that describe their occupations or traits in early modern German. Gertner, gardener, and Bauer, peasant farmer, are farmers. Drucker is a printer. Zimmerman a carpenter. Müller a miller. Mahler a painter. And there's Dr. Stoltz, Dr. Proud, funny, and Widow Kemperin, the widow fighter. That's cool. I was once told... So among my people are the Germans, which you might have been able to guess from my last name, Stoeber. I've been told by a German friend that it probably derives from the word. I'm probably not gonna hit this right, but Stoeber. It probably originally had an umlaut over the e, S-T-O umlaut B-E-R, and she told me that. It means somebody who likes to go into shops and browse around without the intention of buying anything. And if that wasn't like a fucking bullseye, if that was not a homing missile of accuracy for me and my family, I genuinely don't know what it is. But I not so much my dad's side. More my mom's side, which is not where I get the name Stoeber, obviously. But there's just something devastatingly accurate to my specific personality that it's just like really incredible. Yeah, it's pretty fucking fantastic. Jenna Flaneur, if you're French instead of German. Anyway, I really like that as a last name. It's incredibly accurate. But I wanted to say about that last scene with the town council, just because we're talking about how the things have not changed so much in human history. When I was in grad school, I was taking this class on media production, and it was like a hands-on class. So I was paired up with these two shitheads in the film department. And they were different varieties of shithead. One of them was just like a pure sexist, just like hated women. The other one probably thought of himself as a feminist, but he, more than anybody else in grad school, was a witness to all of the just overt and extreme sexism that the men in the department would spew out at a moment's notice. And whenever that happened, I would look to him to see if he was going to say anything, and he would always be like, God, this jerk, right? But he would never say anything. Anyway, the guy who was just an overt sexist, we were doing some shooting, and we were like setting the stage. We were doing some work on some lights, and I was like getting the camera ready, and he climbed up this ladder to adjust a light, and then he turns down and he looks at me. And he goes, this is why there are no women in television. They're not willing to do dangerous work like this. The dangerous work being climbing a ladder, work that I offered to do, and he was like, no, I'll take care of it. And the third guy, of course, he looked at me like, oh man, this guy's so sexist, right? But never said anything about it. But it's just like, there's so many layers of this that are absolutely bullshit. Obviously, there are women in television doing behind the scenes work like this. Climbing a ladder isn't dangerous. Pretending that that women are not willing to do dangerous work is fucking wild. The idea that this thing is dangerous, and also that women aren't allowed to do dangerous work or don't want to do dangerous work. But it was one of those things where it's just like like sort of gobsmackingly stupid. It's just like incredibly stupid. And it was just one of those things where it's like, how do I begin to tackle how dumb the thing that you're saying is? But it's fascinating because like this idea of danger is something that is leveraged against women quite a lot. Like the idea that like if work is dangerous, women either aren't willing to do it or can't do it or shouldn't do it. And that's not even just work. Like anything that can be argued as being dangerous is something that people will try to leverage against women. It's just something that I think is really fascinating as somebody who loves like horror media and is really interested by human fear. That was a weird way of saying that, but it's accurate. Like human fear and human danger and what things we claim are dangerous in order to scare what groups of people away from doing them. Anyway, that was a long diversion, but it just made me think of that. All right, where to begin? Dad told me that the last prioress of Curacao knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna. Mother Illuminata! And their innate fear of stairs. Yeah, it's just like, it's so wild. It's just like you're just climbing a ladder. Get off your literal high horse, you dumbo. Yes, at Santa Margherita. I love their pizzas. The small town in the Republic of Genoa along the coast of the Ligurian Sea. Yeah. He probably was just afraid of ladders and was trying to make himself feel like a big person by being like, I'll do it. I'll take care of it. I'm a big, strong man. Like, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, I also did theater tech in high school, and I also got up on scaffolding and did work with lighting. This guy was such a pill this whole project. He would also, like, I wanted to learn how to use the camera, a thing I clearly have eventually kind of gotten the hang of, but I really wanted to use the camera, and it was such a struggle with him because, like, we were supposed to take turns. Like, this was a project about learning how to use this camera and how to film out in the world, and he just refused. He physically refused to hand over the camera, so I just spent extra time outside of the time we had already set aside, and it's just like one of those things where it's like sexism will always cause women to have to expend more time and energy to do basic things, and this is one of those examples where it was like, you were making me spend extra amount of my time learning this because you refused to let me have access to it. And the reason why he refused is that he one time helped on an indie horror movie, and so he was like, I already know how to do all this work, so I'm just gonna do it. And I'm like, well, I actually want to learn, so fuck off. So annoying. That guy sucked so fucking bad. This is one of those things that doesn't feel like it's a very dramatic difference in text options, which is making me like struggle to decide which to do. I'm gonna do former librarian of, well, maybe I should be very proper. I'll be proper. Formerly prioress of Curacao Abbey. Really excited to send a letter to Illuminata. You couldn't find information on your last name's meaning? If you had, well, here's my question for the chat. If you had to choose a last name to represent something core about your personality now, what would that last name be? Yeah, I'll do this one. No, let's make it more personal. My name is Magdalena Druckerin. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Curacao. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing rat house. I'm going to tell the history of our community and of Curacao as well. We have only legends and folklore since, of course, all of Curacao's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. Ooh, personal question. Ooh. I'm uncomfortable with the past tense nature of these. These are all good options. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. God bless you. Magdalena. Her text is faded in places because it's sort of a printing issue. Oh, go to sleep. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. Oh, can I not go out in the world? Let me check on my papa. Yeah, it's uneven ink distribution, or possibly, I've been running into this issue in my own printmaking, is that sometimes the letters have slightly different heights. And so when you're running or when you're doing the print itself, that can prevent and it can prevent you from getting a really even print. So sometimes some of the text just won't have as much impact. So it could be uneven ink distribution, or it could be something like that. Magdalena. Hey, Dad. How are you feeling? Can I get you anything? No, I'm fine. You go on. All right. I'll come back and check on you later. Is nobody asking the hard questions of who the fuck hit my pops? Come on. Hey, Cosmic Luna. Welcome. Welcome. Glad you could catch up. Yeah, Nightwork Raven, they have to be pretty exact. What I've discovered is that, I mean, there are ways around it. Like, you can always letter sets, like font sets, will always have like duplicates of letters, because it has to, because you have to be able to make a lot of words. Whoa. Whoa. Time, stop. Uh-oh. So we just skipped forward like a month? Couple weeks? Uh-oh. So if some of the text, some of the letters are too tall or too short, you can swap them out. But you can also, normally you print with a single piece of paper. If you put another piece of paper underneath it, you'll get a deeper bite, basically, on the imprint. And so when you do that, you can kind of correct for some slight differences in heights, basically. Because you're instead of lifting the text, you're bringing the paper down, so you get a better print if you do that. And that's a way you can get around it. And sometimes also letters are just fucked up. I don't know. Mr. Strukerin, I have a few letters here addressed to you. From my gal pals. I'm the artist, Gold Stars. I'm the artist in Tassing who's gonna investigate this. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Love this. Love this postman. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her responses help me paint the mural. Love this. She's got oranges. Illuminata. Mistress Drukerin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discussed Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman. I think Till died, actually. Specifically died at the Act 2, at the end of Act 2. Tillman Kreutzer read about the history of the town. Although I have to assume Black Till was his son. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. Yeah, there we go. I should also say that it's not true that all of Kiersau's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kiersau, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassing, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassing shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferenc took it from the Baron after the murder. Ferenc had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Miklaus Haberle, the Baron's manservant. Oh, right, that dude! Believed it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Bauer. Yeah, that was the last whereabouts I remember of the history, is that after Martin had robbed the Baron, the book was also missing. But we never connected the book to Martin specifically. And in my opinion, I don't think he'd ever took it because I don't think that is something he would have valued enough to take, if that makes sense. So I am curious if, like, whoever killed the Baron took the book. And if so, if that was why he died. Also, to circle back on another plot thread that we never picked up on, Otto said that he had the head of the St. Moritz, which, like, he had the relic of the head of St. Moritz. And if he had the book, it's possible that information about the book led him to the head, and that was part of why he was leveraging that for their cause. Alexi, yes. The Martin in town is not the Martin that left. It was a different man. A different man came back and took over Martin's position, and that's why everyone was like, Martin is so different now. It's because it was a different man. His wife knew and had a baby with him, and also was having an affair, not even an affair, it was like all on the table. It was an open relationship with fake Martin, Veronica, and Brigitte, his wife. And Brigitte and Veronica were lesbians, and they all three were just like living their best fucking lives. So that's the story about Martin. Insane to me that you can play through the whole game thinking Martin is just Martin. Yeah, genuinely so much in this game. That's one of those things that's like when we played through Disco Elysium and we discovered that canonically Kim is gay. It's like that was such an easy thing to miss, and it's really only because I was being pushy that we discovered it. And that's one of those things where I'm like, what a fascinating little nugget to uncover. Okay. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Lol. Well, I don't know if our Martin's gonna have any information about that. Hopefully, he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from the world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacrosanct, appointed official in a monastery responsible for maintaining the sacristy where vestments and objects used in ceremonies are kept. The sacrosanct is also the treasurer. Ah! Prior Matthews become a mod. This is a mod style and a mod haircut. Ooh. Brother learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion, once a free imperial city, the capital of Valais when the canton joined the Swiss Confederacy following the Swabian War. Okay. He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name, Faucigny-Sa. I have no clue. He's no longer a Benedictine, huh? If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais. Canton, yeah, okay. To those who were pointing out that Otto can't read, sure, somebody could read to Otto. Like, I don't think not reading is means that he could not get that information from the book. He might not have known the importance, but if somebody was on his side, as we know some of the townspeople were, presumably somebody could have read it to him and gotten him that information. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will towards anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita. Esther wrote back too. Toby, Illuminata referred us to the brother Prior Matthew, who was the gay monk that I blackmailed. So, my dear Magda, I pray it goes well with you. Prague has been blessedly warm as of late. We are still residing outside of the city, but we found a place to stay nearby. Father thinks the king's expulsion order will be lifted eventually. He says Jews are too important to printing here for the king to push us out forever. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Cool. Mother was furious when he sent several Fennings trying to find lapis at the market. She set him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I am glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have a room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows? Maybe you'll even meet someone here. Someone like you. I've made a good match too. Boo. There's a young man at the synagogue, Sigmund, who caught my eye. Boo. His father is a doctor, and his brothers have all gone to university as well. I'd quite like to marry him. Boo. Anyway, I hope this Oates fellow and his mother don't give you too much trouble. You really ought to give men a chance, Magdalene. So I am a lesbian, though, huh? They can be quite sweet. At least the ones in the city here are. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see it when it's finished. Blessings, Esther. I'll have to ride Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey, Dad, how are you feeling? Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring up something like milk or broth? No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she gave me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Mother Illuminata, Magdalena. Right? Yes, Mother Illuminata. There she is. Fun fact, that blue that we see sometimes is lapis blue, cool, called ultramarine blue in pigments, which at this time could only be sourced from Afghanistan and therefore was very expensive. That's in part why the Virgin Mary is always depicted wearing blue. The artist saved expensive paint for her. Hobbs, that's great. That's delightful. Young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruins out in the field. You might ask him about that. Ill Peter's always harumping about how no one pays attention to the old ways anymore. There he be. Older and more ill and more Peter than ever. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tassing. You might stop to talk to him. I didn't think of that. Thanks, Dad. Of course, Magda. It's nice to feel useful, even if I'm stuck here in bed. Nonsense. I'm just glad you're awake. You might talk to Smokey, too. Hell yeah, I'm gonna talk to Smokey. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the town, woods around town than anyone else. That then he's a known gossip. Ha ha, ha ha. He's always been kind to me that I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins. You might hear something worth your while at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest part of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. You take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why George doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. Oh, the twins are called Artemis and Apollo? That fucking rules. Okay. Ha! This is a very funny thing to say, but I'm not going to say it. I'll say the barbarous thing. That's fine. It's kind of mean, but it's fine. What did we take barbs for if not to be mean? At least Artemis actually knows how to read. I don't think Apollo can even spell his name. Great. The boy struggles with his letters, Magdalene. Don't shame him for it. Good. Good on you, Klaus. Not everyone is a printer's daughter. That's right. That's right. You remember that. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, all right? We still have a household to run. I'll get to them, Dad. Good, good. I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. See you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalena. Yeah, Klaus is maybe the best. Klaus is the best guy. Ursula. Hello, Magdalene. What? Was she downstairs? Is that what that was? Do I want to know a fun thing about Act 3? Yes, I do. Okay. Dirkpit River says, even cooler, archaeologists identified ultramarine blue in the tooth plaque of a skeleton of a 10th century nun recently. Fucking incredible. Proving not only that women illuminated manuscripts at the time, but also that they licked their paintbrushes. The photos are wild. You can see the blue on her teeth. Fucking cool. Fucking cool. That makes me think of like the women who painted radium watches and would lick their paintbrushes and as part of like their workflow to get the radium on watch faces, and then all suffered horribly because of it. I don't know. Just one of those things. Artist gonna artist, right? Good morning, Magdalena. What's up, Agnes? Brisk weather today, isn't it? And still, Croft is out there working with Father Thomas to repair the church. I worry about that boy sometimes. He works the stone, but I'm not always sure he has his mind set on it. If only paint wasn't so delicious. Masonry is a good trade. Everyone needs a stonemason now and then to repair things. That they do. Lucky always harped on about how being honest and trustworthy is the most valuable currency. How in this life hard work and reputation matter the most. Crafton has taken that to heart, I think. He does a lot of good for the town. I've offered to find an apprenticeship for him, but he won't make his damn mind up. He deserves a chance at a life he wants. He's lived in his father's shadow for too long. He's a good man, Agnes. You should be proud. Thank you, Magdalena. I've done my best for my household, despite what's happened in the past few decades. Ah, well, you didn't come to hear me ramble on. What can I do for you? I thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Are Werner's not enough? I understand Klaus's condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. I know it won't save him, but I still want to try everything I can. Oh! No. Every little bit helps. I understand. Let me see what I can whip up. I can't promise anything, but God willing, I pray it provides some small help. Thank you, Agnes. Of course, Magdalena, take care. Hey, what's up, Gret? Magdalena, darling. Good morning, Gret. It smells heavenly in here. I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. Oh, I'll fuck up some raisin bread right now. I thought that Andreas and Ulrike could use a treat today. Oh, what a sweet idea. I had some spare time today, and I like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich after all. I don't think that's true. Besides, I like to drop in